Hi, everyone. It's Friday, but you'll be listening to this on Monday. Welcome to another episode of Don't Let It Stew. I'm here with one of my faves, David Yontef. Hi, David.
What's going on? How are you today? How's LA?
Oh, LA is nice and sunny. There's a bit of a crisp in the air. It's not what you're going to be getting this weekend. You're in New York, right?
It's going to be like, they say like 25 inches of snow, 20 inches of snow.
Really?
I mean, I have a view of Central Park. It'll look nice. I am literally,
I got to come
my
to your
doors,
place one night.
You really do. My doors are locked. Yeah. I don't think I'm leaving the house. Everyone is talking like Armageddon, which...
I mean, apparently it's going to be fucking bad. Who knows? And, I need to talk about something, and I'm going to talk about it right now. And you kind of overheard me telling Jocelyn there a second ago. Okay, so I talked about one or two of the episodes. I'm going to really wrap this up. I'm not going to wind on about it forever, but I have to bring this up. If anybody out there can help me, a litigator, an attorney that could send a nice letter or something like that, great. Send me a DM. Okay, it's about my car. So I had a Range Rover 2021. I replaced it with a 2023 Range Rover to get me into the newer model. I saw it was a blue color with a maroon interior. It's absolutely stunning. I'm so excited. Low mileage on it, all that kind of stuff, right? Great. Someone bought my car. It was pretty easy. I couldn't believe someone bought my car at a great rate. So I had a great down payment, all that kind of stuff. Fantastic. The car is in Indianapolis, right? At a Bentley dealership, okay? And they have this car. And I was reached out to them. I was like, hey, I'm interested in the car. They're like, great, whatever. I said, okay, blah, blah, blah. Did the deal. This is how much it costs. I'm like, great. I'll wire you the money. We'll do the loan for the rest of it. I'll pay it off. This is my payment. I'm like, great. Nothing crazy. Around the same price as what I'm paying for my last car, right? The loan payment. Fantastic. All that's good. I'm like, and they're like, I said, so when is the car? The car is 2023. I said, how many more years are left on the warranty? They're like, you probably have another 18 months left on warranty. It's a 4-year warranty with Land Rover. I'm like, great. So fantastic. I said, okay, we're good to go. The car looks beautiful. They've sent me videos, blah. I'm like, okay, I need to get the car here to Los Angeles. So I need to hire a shipper, to put on a flatbed truck to get it here, right? $1,200 for that. That's fine. I'll pay for that. That's fine because I want the car out of Indianapolis. That's on me. So last Thursday, so we filed the paperwork, all this, signed everything on Tuesday last week. Thursday, then I called the shipper. I'm like, we're good to go. You can pick up the car. They're like, great, we'll give you a 3-day window. Then they called the showroom on Thursday. They're like, hey, we're going to be there at 5 or 6 o'clock on Thursday evening to pick up the car. They called them on Thursday morning. Right. Roger calls me, my sales guy. He's like, hey, Stu, we just did a final inspection on the car. There just seems to be a little glitch in the backup camera of the car. I'm like, okay. I said, but it's covered in warranty, right? And he's like, yeah, of course it is. He's like, I can take it to the Land Rover dealership here in Indianapolis for you to get it fixed, so you don't have to deal with it. And I was like, Roger, you're calling me 3 hours before the 3 to 5 hours before the shipper is picking up the car. I can't cancel it. They're going to charge me $1,000 to cancel it. I can't cancel it. Hours. These guys set up their truck route, the whole thing. They're the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, fuck, okay. He's like, all right. He's like, I said, listen, if it's covered under warranty, I said, it's no problem. I can take it to the Land Rover here in Los Angeles. It's around the corner from where I live. And he's like, oh, that's great then. It's no problem. I'm like, fantastic. We're all good to go. He's like, everything's in the car. The 2 keys are there, everything. The car gets on the shipper on the Thursday. It arrives to me here on Sunday. Just gone. I get the car. The fucking thing is filthy because it's gone through the Midlands of America and stuff. So it's fine. I take it to a car wash. We clean it up. It's great. Car looks beautiful. Drives beautiful. The camera is not working as he said. There was a glitch in the camera. It kind of flashes on, flashes off, right? No problem. Book into Land Rover. I go down there on Wednesday to drop off the car. There's a girl named Brooke. She's so wonderful, so lovely. They are there at Land Rover on La Brea. So Brooke calls me yesterday morning. She's like, hey, the camera thing has been tampered with a third party. And I'm like, what? She's like, so there's no warranty on that particular part of the vehicle. The rest of the car is fine. It's under warranty. This particular, because it's been tampered with by a third party of some sort. And I'm like, I had no fucking idea about that. They didn't tell me about that. And I said, I said, okay, let me call them. So I called Roger, the sales guy, and I'm like, hey, this is the situation. This fucking sucks, man. I just want my car working. I said, I just want what I bought. It's not a big deal. I said, you guys just need to fix it and we're good to go. He's like, let me talk to the sales manager. I have to get this approved, this, that, and the other. I'm like, great, no problem, whatever. Everything's nice and smooth at this point. Then this general manager, Austin, calls me. We're not paying for that. That's not our fault. That was you. We offered to fix it for you. I said, no. Roger offered to take it to Land Rover on the 11th hour, which I'm fine with, but we didn't have time to do that. So I did you guys a favor by taking it to my dealership here to get it fixed. I said, that's on you that it was tampered with pre-sale. That is on me. You sold this car to me misrepresented the car to me. If you said it was under warranty, that means the whole car. You didn't say, well, the cameras were kind of touched by a third party garage or whatever it is. I said, I don't know if you guys did it or did the previous owner do it. I said, I don't know. This just needs to be done. It needs to be fixed. It's $2,000. It's not crazy, but you guys need to figure this out. You just have to. I said, this is not my responsibility, And I said, if I'd known that, I said, when you buy a used car, I said, Austin, that one of the most important things for me when I buy one is that it's under warranty for at least the first year and a half, 2 years, or whatever, when you get the car. You know what I mean? Just, you're buying a fucking secondhand car. You never know. You want some coverage, right? And then I'll talk to Land Rover in 2 years and I'll be like, hey, I'll buy an extended warranty or whatnot, right? He's like, well, I have to talk to Land Rover. And I'm like, okay, we'll talk to Brooke over at Land Rover. She'll explain everything. She sent him photographs, the whole thing. He was like, he's like, so that would take it out of warranty? She's like, yeah. Have you seen the photographs? There's a piece of plastic broken, off one of this component or whatever it was. So I spoke to Brooke. I was like, hey, what did he say? And she's like, well, he kind of, wasn't the best to talk to on the phone, but he's well aware that it's out of warranty now because of it being tampered with before they sold you the car. Not a fucking blip from them. Not anything. I sent it. And then what I did was I called Bentley of America and I said, just so you know, I said, your brand is selling vehicles and falsifying warranties to them. And I said, this is how they're treating me. And even the woman on the phone from Bentley America was like, that's despicable. I can't believe they're doing that to you. And I said, no. I said, listen, I know you can't really do anything because it's they're franchised, those dealerships are, but I said, this is under your brand. And I said, I don't know. And I said, I can't believe that I'm arguing with these people. I said, no offense to Honda, but I said, I feel like I'm buying a fucking Honda Civic here, the way they're treating me. And they sent the car with no mats and a fucking empty tank of gas when they sent the car. I said, it hasn't been the best experience. I said, honestly, and for a high-end dealership like a Bentley dealership selling cars over $300,000-$400,000, I said, this is not okay. It's just not. I said, I'm not asking for the world here. I'm just asking for my car just to be fucking fully functional when I bought it. That's it.
And what do they say about that?
They're like, and then this girl, Bree, was her name. She was very, very sweet over at Bentley America. She was like, let me reach out to the owner. I know him. I've spoken to him before. She's like, listen, I just want to let you know, I can apply pressure to them, but I can't make them pay for that. And I said, I understand that. I said, anything is better than nothing. I said, they're pretty much ignoring me now, Bree. And I said, this is kind of shitty. It just is. And it's just unfair, and I have emails, I have documentation and all, but there's no point. I can't hire an attorney for $2,000 for the sake of $2,000. You know what I mean? There's no point.
No.
So,
and you couldn't not send it because you would have lost the $2,000. You already paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
So to put it on the shipper.
Yeah, it's so I'm kind of lost for words. I have an email I'm going to send I'm trying to get the owner's email address and I'm going to send them an email. Then if that doesn't work, then I'm just going to be like, listen, I talk about my life in my podcast. I'm going to be giving the audience updates every single week. I'm going to do story time on TikTok. I'm going to do a post on Instagram. Because that's my recourse. You guys don't give a shit about me, after I trusted you in buying this car. And I said, no, I'm going to talk about it.
I have pulled that before too. And I can't remember, but I've definitely done it where I'm like, I'm going to go on my fucking podcast and I'm done. I'm fucking done. And it helps. I mean, it does help.
And I will go on other podcasts too, that maybe attorneys podcast or whatever, and tell them my story or about, I'll find some kind of podcast because it's just it's just
the principle,
ignorance. Right? Yeah, it's blatant ignorance. It's the principle. It's not even the $2,000. That's fine. It's just like, I trusted you. You told me everything was covered. You didn't let me know, but that there was a third party involvement in the camera system or whatever it was. I had to find that out. Like, and here's the thing, what it tells me when the general manager said, like, well, we offered to fix it for you. It's like, no, first of all, you didn't. You offered to take it to Land Rover, right? Whether it be Land Rover there or here or in fucking Mars, it doesn't matter. It's under warranty. It'll be fixed. They'll cover it. It's no big deal. You guys lied to me. Now, maybe they didn't know about that. That's fine, you know, but just own it. Because I feel like what they wanted to really do is they wanted to take it themselves, put it into the fucking, into their shop over at the Bentley dealership and try and get them to fix it and just fucking ship it off to me. Now they're pissed that they found out now that it was tampered with.
That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it is. It is. Look,
you know,
not really, world problems of what's going on in the world right now, but it's just something that just happened. And it's the principle, as you said. And it's just, you know what it is? It's like when you really feel like people are taking advantage of you in any aspect of life. It doesn't matter buying a car, buying a house, or whatever it is. It just feels like you were fucking kind of duped a bit and you were lied to. That's what drives me crazy. And the fact that when I spoke to like the finance guy, I spoke to the salesman and I spoke to another sales guy, like the finance guy hung up on me. We started like screaming at each other on the phone. And I was just like,
I kind of go crazy if I think someo's taking advantage of me. Yeah.
No,
it doesn't really matter what it is, how big or small.
It's literally like, they're like, got the deal, go fuck yourself. And it's like, I'm like, there's no like sympathy. There's no even like, hey, we'll pay for half of it. Or, hey, we got this garage that, they're certified. You can take it here. Like, or let us talk to Land Rover for you. Maybe we can get a deal discount for you or something on it. Like anything. And it's like nothing. It's like, go fuck yourself. That's what it feels like.
Split the difference, take some money
off.
Just
even though I shouldn't have to pay a penny. I shouldn't have to pay a penny. But I mean, like, I'm not going to kill myself over this. You know what I mean? I'm really not. But it's, like yesterday was just really shitty about it. Now, like, nobody's responded to me today. I don't know. So if anybody anybody has any ideas that I can do, anybody live in Indianapolis, is there any attorneys in Indianapolis that could maybe send whatever that could help me out? Great. Let me know. Anyway, let's get back to the podcast. That was it.
Trauma. There's always, it's never easy, right?
No, it's never easy.
Someone's got to be listening to this in Indianapolis. So there you go.
Exactly. It's like, look, if nothing happens over the weekend and stuff, I'll go scorched earth. Then we'll do whatever we got to do. You know what? It's so fun. I was talking to my friend yesterday. I was like, not to even mention him or anything, but I'm like, you know what? It's kind of times like this where you do need Jeff Lewis.
He would go scorched earth, right?
That's who you need, right? I mean, I don't know if that would help me or not, but I thought about that. I was like, oh, he's good at doing that. It's funny.
I like to go scorched earth. I'm very calm until I think someone's taking advantage of me, and then I go completely psychotic, like actually run for the hills. Yeah,
I just because like
I get it.
The car is a $70,000 car. I spent $70,000 on this. You know what I mean? It's like, they're not fucking cheap. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Anyway.
I get it.
The Beckhams, you're obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it too. It's just...
There's a lot going on. I mean, what do you think of all this?
I think, here's the thing, and I was talking to Zach Peter earlier about it, and I just feel like a lot of people are like Team Victoria and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, guys, like, first of all, nobody knows really what's going on. We don't have any factual information and stuff like that. Now, like the DJ this morning was on like, whatever, he was on some show and he was at the wedding and he described like, they called up the most beautiful woman and it wasn't the wife, it was Victoria Beckham. They did the dance. And the DJ was like, listen, he looked really fucking shocked by all this happening. And that's his feelings. You can't like deny his feelings. You can't like, oh, everybody's too sensitive and stuff. It's like, no, for him to do that, for him to go on social fucking media and blast him like that, it must have been just the tip of the iceberg. This must have been like, they just are just not getting along and they're just tired of it. And he's like, fuck this. I just feel like it takes a lot to do that.
I mean, I feel like, look, there's, first of all, people, I'm not saying they shouldn't be Team Victoria. I'm just saying it's like Housewives. I think that's what you and I do. I find people make a mistake that they just have a team. If you love Meredith, Meredith can do no wrong. If you love Heather, she could. I have no team. I take one day I have a problem with Meredith, one day I have a problem with Heather. If people are on Victoria's side and they truly, truly are, okay. But are you on her side like Andy Cohen? You're on her side because you love Posh Spice. Like, just, it's not really like you're on her. I like to know the facts. I think, look, I read that statement from Brooklyn's and I'm like, okay, I can see Victoria being a total nightmare. Sure.
Yeah.
Then you have David's ex, like, assistant come out and the ex and everyone's. Then, now everyone is saying her father is a billionaire and is just a demon, evil man. Justin Anderson, Kristen Cavallari's best friend, said, I've done her hair. She's dark energy. So it's like, I think it could all be true. It could all be true. But I did resonate to what he said when he's like, you've tried to control me. Like, look, do I believe that the Beckhams like to control the media?
Of course.
And the narrative they put out about their family? Sure. And like when you're a child, I'm sure you're like, who fucking cares? I just want to like, why do we have to say this to the media? That's not what happened. So that part I resonated with. And I'm like, I bet you that's true. I just feel whether it's true or not or whatever, you want to be done. I mean, he says, I don't want to reconcile with them. To me, this should be the end. Like, you should not make another statement. There's nothing else you could say.
No.
If people are thinking your wife's a nightmare, go on. They seemed happy today. They took that picture where they're walking. The rumor now is they're very happy with his statement, Brooklyn and her. Just, you should not make another statement ever about this if you really want to go live your life.
I think, like, for someone to do that the way he did it, it's like, he must just have felt like he was in kind of a cage, and everybody's like, oh, he's a spoiled brat. Like, he doesn't, like, I mean, look, is his life hard in the grand scheme of things? No, they have money, they have a good life, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, it is his mom at the end of the day, and he just probably was just so fucking sick and tired. Like, do this, do that, be like this, don't say this, do, like, I bet you she's very fucking controlling like that. That's what I think, in my opinion, for him to do something like that, because I think it's really fucking, like, I don't agree with how he did it, but it must have been fucking bad for you to do that. It's almost like, you know, like, it's kind of like what Kelly Dodd's daughter did, you know what I mean, by coming out and doing all that stuff, and maybe she was, you know, she had her reasons or whatever it is. So it's like, I think everybody has their point, their pushing point, or their red line, or whatever you want to call it, right? Breaking point. So I think that was his.
I think that was his, and like, rumor now is Victoria is, you know, if you read it, he says like me and my family and future family. I mean, he's implying like you'll never see your grandchildren. So rumor is that's the part that she's really upset about, rightfully so. I mean, look, I just don't think that a parent has an upper hand with a child. Like, they do, but at the same time,
to a certain point.
I mean, it sounds like they want nothing to do with you. Like,
I know.
Meghan, like your good friend Meghan Markle and Harry. I mean, they leave and they go on. I mean, it's like, look, to me, Brooklyn and Nicola seem way less bothered in the days after this statement than Victoria and David.
Yeah,
like, they will go on
relieved.
Have grandchildren. Yeah. So I think the truth is in there somewhere. Like, who is it? Bella Hadid and Gigi's sister spoke out because Nicola dated Anwar, and she's like, this girl, she wants her piece. She's look. I mean, I'm sure it's all true. I'm sure it's all of the above is true, right?
Yeah, it's just, look, it's two women, and, you know, they just don't see eye to eye. You know what I mean? And that's it. She fucking didn't like her. And look, a lot of moms don't like their daughter-in-law. They don't. There's always fucking problems. There's always rifts.
There's always problems. There's always rifts. This time, your son happened to marry a billionaire, a billionaireess, and her family doesn't give a shit. And yeah, she benefited, I guess, from the Beckham name, but not really. They have $1 billion. They have more money than you. So, like, they're taking care of him.
Did she do anything? Like, do the Beckham and Nicola, like, do they have a brand together? Like, does she do stuff like that famous stuff? Like, I've never seen anything. Or did
I
you?
don't know, but you know that his name is it's not even hyphened. It's Brooklyn Peltz Beckham. Like his name is her name now. He's taken her name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think on Instagram and everything, her last name is his last name, as if he married into that family, although it's not at the end, it's in the middle. Just
Got
like
it.
as if a woman, like I'm sure her name is Nicole Peltz. Yeah, his name is Brooklyn Peltz Beckham on Instagram and officially. So
That's
he's
crazy.
in.
Wow.
He's in with a family. Her name is Nicola Peltz Beckham. His name. So they're a unit. They seem happy. Like whether she's a nightmare or not, he seems really
He
happy.
seems happy. Yeah, it does. It seems like unlike Harry and Meghan, when you see them together, like Harry's like, oh, what the fuck? You know, those other two seem actually quite happy to do. You're right.
Yeah.
Moving on to Vanderpump, you sent me a radar online Instagram this morning. Wait there. Like, okay, I knew one of these guys was on OnlyFans before, because like it's funny because I used to follow him on because he was like a cute guy or whatever like that. So I followed him on like
They're both cute.
threads or something like that. He would always kind of pop up. And so then it was like kind of like nudie photographs. And then I kind of saw like, oh, he does an OnlyFans page. I was like, that's weird. I never joined it. I never went in there and looked at it. But I remember it. And then I remember seeing him. He got cast on the Vanderpump show. And I was like, wait, do they know that he's a fucking OnlyFans? So you're saying that Bravo is demanding them that they axe their OnlyFans accounts. Okay, here I have a problem with this.
Well, I have a lot of problems with this. Well, it's because this past week on Vanderpump, there's a video they did together, the two of them, they're cousins. Now, they're not first cousins, I don't think, but there's a video they did together with two other guys, and I didn't watch the video, but apparently, look, the episode airs, and I think they then went and promoted it. It's like highlighted on their OnlyFans, not their free OnlyFans. I don't know about Chris, but I think Jason's is free, but then you have to pay to get all the other goodies. So this is behind the paywall, and so it's mentioned on the show. And so yes, now there's headlines that there's incest on Vanderpump Rules. I mean, they are cousins, and from what I understand,
in the video?
Well, I don't think they actually had sex, but they were naked with two other guys and all running around. And I don't really know who did what to what. But, I mean, they are straight. I don't know about the other two. But the thing is, I mean, like there's a father and son on OnlyFans, and there's two twin brothers. Have you seen this? This is like all the people are like up in arms about this. There's two twin brothers in Scotland, I think it is, and they say, well, it's legal here. And then there's a father and son, I think, in the UK,
they have sex together?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I think it's the brothers, I think, do more than the father son, but it's certainly implied, and there's certainly videos that are teasing that on Instagram. So, I mean, does it really matter? A million people click and then are disappointed. That's a good month. Kind of like a podcast. Yeah. All the people that hate me, you still click every day. So it's kind of like, okay, thank you for clicking. Well, we got what we need on it. So I don't know if they really have sex, but this was a real thing so I don't know if it's true, but I have a problem with that too. Now, what is your problem with it?
My problem is,
and this was the whole episode, so I think they are just like, oh my God, let's get the OnlyFans popping. Let's find that video. So go on.
So here's what I think is, because first of all, Bravo gets no cut of that OnlyFans account, because that's something that they had before they were on the show, right? Before they got cast and all that kind of stuff. So you can always carve those things out of your contract whenever, right? I think that, and what Bravo knew, they all fucking knew that they had these OnlyFans accounts, and now you have a problem with it. That's my problem. If you knew that they had OnlyFans accounts before casting would look at everything to do background checks, all that kind of shit, right? And you would know that. You probably loved that it was going to be a storyline at some point in the show, because I was waiting for someone to bring this up. Like, you just told me about it, and it's like, I just don't think Bravo should be asking that. I just don't. I think they could say like, hey guys, like we need to kind of keep it a bit PG. Like if you can kind of tone it down a bit, like whatever, whatever. Have a little conversation with them, but don't ask them to cancel it. God knows how much money they could be making. What if they're making like 20 grand a month on that? It's a lot.
And who reported this? Was it Radar or TMZ? It was Radar.
Yeah, Radar reported.
Because Radar, like TMZ to me is like people. If something is in TMZ, they are pretty good, like Harvey Levin about fact checking. Radar to me is like OK Magazine, Us Weekly. Sorry, I'm just being honest. I'm not always sure when I read it in Radar. I mean, they're like this and Tori. They do so much New Jersey shit, and you're like, this isn't even true. Yeah. So I don't even know if this is true. But the thing is, that's the problem I have with it. Like, you're a first-year housewife, you're paid $60,000. These people, first-year Vanderpump, back in the day, they were paid $5,000. Maybe these people are paid $15,000. They're not in their 6th year of a housewife. So you make $15,000 from being on the show. And yes, I think now 2 cousins running around naked and it's on the damn TV show. I'm sure overnight the OnlyFans is like through the roof. I'm sure it's been through the roof. And they could be making like 100 grand a month, 50 grand a month, 20. So I would be like, you're not paying me shit. And that is in the contract, and this is what Bravo does. It's like Whitney Rose. The rumor is saying like Justin is so upset because like Wild Rose Beauty is in the toilet, but even before it was in the toilet, Bravo took everything. Like they take that percentage. There's no Bethany clause anymore. You can't carve that out. That's Bethany did that. That'll never happen again. So,
which I do understand. Like I'm not totally against that, because if you go on a show, right, you get uber famous because the show made you famous. You start a company within the show while it's shooting, and now you start like taking it home and pay. Like I understand that they can like put in like a 20% thing or whatever it does. I mean, Food Network got fucked in that too with Rachel Ray back in the day. They didn't have that for Rachel Ray back in the day, and she made millions. Right. Yeah.
And like, sure, if you want to hire a Martha Stewart for something, or, you know, a Kristen Cavallari or someone big, they're like, okay, let me tell you, you know, Bethany, she would say, let me tell you how the contract is going to work. That's not how it works first year when you get signed to Bravo. So that's the problem I have, is like, you're making 10 grand from the damn show, and yeah, you're making 30 grand a month from OnlyFans. Now, I don't know if that's going to last forever, but now you're like, want me to shut something down, which is actually paying for my life? No.
Yeah. That's, you know, it's, and especially if it's like a significant check amount of money, like you're taking my livelihood away from me. You're not paying me enough for that, or you have to pay for me to take it down.
Right, and Bravo wants it both ways. And listen, I just think it's funny that like this is the new incarnation of Vanderpump Rules. This is the world we live in now. Yeah. Like, I don't know why people on like Southern Hospitality don't have OnlyFans. Like a lot of people should have it. If go and make your money. So like this is LA, and this is what people do.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it really is.
I don't know. I think that's funny.
We are, I mean, topic of conversation. It kind of brings me into it as well. So we have the Queer Eye boys. There's more drama again. I text one or two of them to see what was going on, but then we kind of found out what happened with them. A hot mic moment, and then Karamo chose not to turn up to the Today Show. I think was it Today Show?
Plus others. It was one after another after another. It was a day of press in New York with the Netflix PR people.
But listen, like this show, like ever since, and I know, like I have like sources and stuff like that from people on the show, crew and all that stuff. It was very toxic from from season like 2, 3 onwards. It was. And I heard that from the horse's mouth and stuff like that.
They didn't get along? I mean, like,
and just, you know, there was like the 3 of them, like the fucking Tan, the Anthony, and the JVN. Like
JVN, those 3, JVN, you remember all those rumors that he's supposed to be such a monster?
Yeah. They're little girls, mean girls. Yeah.
They're mean girls. And Bobby Burke's problem was mainly with Tan.
Yeah, it was. Like, I mean, I'm friends with Bobby and stuff like that. I'm friends with Karamo as well. So it's just like, it doesn't fucking surprise me that it's happened to these 2 guys. It just doesn't, because I remember, like, you know, in that process and getting chosen at the end and stuff, like, I loved Bobby and I loved Karamo, but I knew the other 2 were going to be a fucking nightmare. Like, I just was like, but you couldn't say anything, obviously, you know what I mean? Because I was just like, I can't wait to do this show. It's like, it's going to be on Netflix or whatever at the time before I got pulled off. But like, nothing shocks me. And I'm kind of glad that Karamo did stand up for himself and was like, you know what? I'm not fucking dealing with this shit. We're on season 10. It's going to be over. There's going to be no love lost if I don't turn up to a few interviews. People are going to watch it anyway. Like, let's call it, but you guys are fucking dicks. And he follows Jeremiah. Jeremiah wouldn't get into that type of drama. Like, knowing Jeremiah. I knew Jeremiah for years back in the day. He's not that kind of guy.
And, you know, he has the husband, so he doesn't really need the money.
Life. Yeah.
Right. He doesn't need the money. I mean, look, I feel like this about like the Beckhams. I am so torn on it because it's like, okay, I am all for therapy and like, I get it. You don't want to put yourself in a situation you just don't want to be in.
Yeah.
And so I get it. Now that we know about this hot mic moment, that must be awful that your mother is hearing this and
could you imagine? Because the mom would be like, fuck them. Like, dude, I wouldn't hang out with them anymore. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I can't imagine what they said. Apparently it was about his quote unquote lifestyle, which I don't know if that means you're sleeping with everyone in the world, you drink tons of drugs and drink. Like, it's something to do with lifestyle, but whatever it is, go do you. I don't care.
Yeah.
But then part of me is like, it's like when your favorite band from the 90s or early 2000s, they play 3 shows a year and like you kick the guitarist out. You're not going to kick the lead singer out. You can't even play like a show, like your favorite band, you know, every member.
Yeah.
I don't want to see 4 out of 5.
I know.
And where is the drummer that I love? So it's like you play 4 shows a year. So to me, it's like it was the final season. Listen, I believe in therapy and not putting yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. But then, I mean, I don't have a great day at work every day. There's plenty of people I have to speak to all fucking day at work I don't want to speak to. It's called work. So, like, this was work. Like, apparently the Netflix PR people didn't even know. They got there and they're like, where's Karamo? And they're like, nobody knows. And then apparently they found out as they were going live, oh, he has a video. So the Netflix, you want to work at Netflix again. It's just, to me, it's like, I get it. But that's fine if they all want to go to dinner with you that night and you're in New York doing press and you're like, the last group of people I will sit with at a dinner is you people. I hate you. Fine.
But I think
you should have shown up for work.
I think, though, he faked it for so long and he just was like, I just fucking can't do it anymore. And he probably spoke to someone at Netflix and it's like, hey, here's the fucking problem, guys. They did this. They treat me like this. They treat me like that. They've said this about me. They've said this about me. I don't want to be in the same room with them. This is their problem. This is how they've acted around me. And you know what? I just don't want to go. I don't want to fucking see them. You guys don't need me. I'll do a video for you guys. You can post a video. It's about my mental health. I feel like I've been bullied, this and the other. Like, he just was like, I've had enough. And Karamo is all about the mental health on his show, and he speaks about that, and he's very passionate about it. So, like, I'm on his side about this. I really am. And then it's like, you know what drives me crazy? And I said this before. It's the fucking holding hands on the couch.
Oh yeah.
Would you all stop? Like, just all stop. Like,
there's this straight guy from there's a guy from Barstool Sports. I forgot his name, and he's straight, and he's like, he has the same problem you do. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm a straight guy, but I'm going to call it. These are 3 mean bitches. He's like, they're holding hands there, like they're so distraught. He's like, I'm sorry, this one is evil. This one is probably the biggest queen in the world, and this one is probably nasty. And he's right. You could look at them and say, you're a nasty bunch of girls.
Yeah, it is. And it's just like, I just don't understand, like, the holding hands thing. Like, I just like,
well, I mean, to be dramatic and like we're victims.
I know, but it's just like,
you did it.
Oh God, we have each other, guys. Like, don't let go. Shut up.
Good for him. I mean, you're more in favor of him. I'm mixed because look, now everyone's talking about it. I do think the video was great in that it was so shady. It's like, I want to thank the fans. I want to thank the crew. These people make no money and they're behind the scenes. Right. I want to thank Netflix. And he's like, and they're just sitting there. And they're like,
yeah. I'm so excited for you guys to see the last season. And then Bobby like posts something the next day or the day after. He's like, how's everyone's week going? Tune into my new show on HGTV. It's amazing.
So like, look, man. It's the last season. You already got paid. Good for you. It's over and you can move on and never see them again.
Yeah.
But drama.
Okay, let's wrap it up with, guys, I didn't watch Beverly Hills last night, but it's just, I'll get to it this weekend and just, I mean, I heard that I didn't really miss much, but whatever.
Yes.
Something with like Amanda and Dorit, I hear there's a bit of drama going on. Like, I need to watch it. It's just nothing crazy. Traitors, I watched it last night. It is so fantastic. That round table was so exciting last night. I love when, like, you know, you're watching and you just want to shit your pants because it's just like you can't stop watching. You're like sometimes I like get so anxious when there's like one person to vote that can sway it each way. Okay, can you remind me again what happens if there is a tie? They revote?
If there is a tie, well, I think so. Like on Survivor, I know, at least it used to be, that you have to re-vote and you could only vote for the two that the tie is with. So someone drops out, and then if it's a tie again, you have to literally pick a rock. It's like there's a black rock and a white rock, and it's literally like they say someone better change their vote. Oh no, I think, excuse me, if you can't decide between the two people, everybody has to pick a rock, and whoever has like the discolored rock, we're not even eliminated, then you could be eliminated. So like it forces people to change their vote because like you're like, how did I get into this?
They could go home. One of the other people could go home. Oh my God.
And now I don't know if that's, I haven't watched Survivor in years. That's how it's great. So I don't know. I think they just vote. Like I think so.
Yeah.
I think this is the best season of the Traitors. I just did a huge episode with Melissa Rivers because she called me last weekend and she's like, I'm obsessed. Let's do it. So we did a show.
Yeah, right.
I get like that when it's somebody I don't want to go home. Like when it was like, I actually like Michael Rappaport. Okay, unpopular opinion, whatever. So like when it's someone I don't want to go home, I'm like, no. So with this, for me, with Lisa Rinna, I was like, I can't lose Rinna. And so I was really, I agree,
like,
on the edge of my seat.
She's
a
just
lot
too
of people
much for me.
do.
I do. It's the fakeness for me. And it's like, you know, and then like she's so bothered that they keep calling her a housewife. Like she's so mad about it. Like she's like, you know, because she just wants to leave that part of her life behind. Clearly, she's like, no, I'm an actress. Like, do you know what I mean? If you want that, basically, she told us she was acting the whole fucking time on Housewives.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I expected more from Rinna. Like, she should be saying, like, I have distanced myself from Housewives. I have nothing to do with it. I didn't go to BravoCon. I mean, she said that to Caroline a little bit. But I feel like she's not really explaining to them how, like, she isn't really a housewife. She's not doing a great job to act, and that she's not a traitor. But you like Colton, and I have problems with Colton.
Okay, like I hear, like, all I'm seeing online, like I don't know him. Okay, they're going back to The Bachelor, and then him stalking this girl, this ex-girlfriend or whatever it is, and a restraining order and all this kind of stuff, and he put a tracking device in her car. Okay, weird as fuck. Don't give me, like, you know what I mean? But that was then. I'm not going back to the fucking past of something that he did. This is who he is now. This is what I'm looking at in the present time of the show. People don't like how he's playing the game. Here's the thing. I think he's like, in a way, he's kind of fucking it up for himself. He's playing too aggressively. He's getting on people's nerves. And I feel like he should read the room when he sees that. But then he's kind of like, I'm so confident I'm not a traitor that I'm going for it. And I'm going to try and maybe win the trust of these people. But the problem is he's not finding the fucking traitors. But I mean, he really nailed Lisa Rinna when he sat down next to her. Because I was like, wait. And then I texted Zach last night. I was like, wait, can you answer me a question? Can a traitor and a faithful win together at the end? So why would you want to bring each other to the end if one's a traitor and one's a faithful?
Well, that's a good point. I think at that point, yeah, I do. I think you get to the end and then one of you wins, but you're at the end.
If you get to the end,
well, right before,
he's going to vote you out. Lisa Rinna is going to murder you, and then she wins.
Yeah, I don't think Colton really thought this through. See, here's my problem with Colton. I truly feel that, and other people I saw online do, but even if they don't, I feel Colton is not playing the game. I feel he is playing for life after, and to America or to the viewing audience.
Okay.
I feel Colton came into this, knows about his reputation. I've had him on my podcast before.
Yeah.
Behind the velvet rope, by the way. But I mean, I have. And, listen, I interview a lot of people. You get a feel for someone before the microphone is on and after. I just feel Colton is image conscious. This is just me. So I feel that he came into this game and he thinks, because you don't know when you're filming it how the world is going to react. No. I think he thought that he was going to be, oh my God, this guy is the most brilliant player in history. This is just what I think. I think that all of his moves are for everybody watching. And he thinks, when I get out of this, that's it. I am the next Dylan Efron. Dancing with the Stars, this, that, the other thing. That's just my feeling. And I feel like he's over the top playing to the audience because he thinks that we're all going to love it. And that's not the edit you're getting. I mean, granted, RHOBH is going to be the next Dylan Efron. Just sorry,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, sorry that it's not going to work out for you. But he might have already been on Dancing with the Stars. I can't even remember. But that's the problem. I feel like everything he's doing, even to Rinna and being like, I mean, he's threatening Lisa Rinna. Like, I just feel he's doing it for the cameras and cares more about, he wants to win and he wants to last because he would love as much camera time as possible. I just can't shake the fact that I feel like he's not playing the game, he's playing for the audience.
That's a good point. I never thought about it like that. Yeah, you could be right. I look at that now next time I watch it.
And once you see it, I don't know. I don't think you could unsee it.
How excited are you about this final banquet? Because apparently it's meant to go ape shit on this banquet. It's meant to go insane.
I had Candace on my podcast too, and she said episode 7. And I'm like, I think you just gave away that you'll still be there episode 7, but not my problem. She said episode 7, and then Alan said that yes, it's utter carnage. Look, I don't know what could happen. I mean, Michael Rappaport did an interview. He's not even there. And he said it's housewife on housewife, utter carnage, which
wow.
I don't know. I mean, that could either be Dorinda versus Rinna because Dorinda's on
It's very, it sounds about right. But I'm just dying because I was talking to Zach about the brooch and stuff like that. And I was like, how is she going to pull this off? And somebody commented and they made a really good point that she could kind of have it like half on and it fall off and hit the floor for someone to pick it up and give it back to her. And that's how she killed somebody. Like, but she has to really like do it properly and play it well. But I think
that's smart. I didn't think of that.
That's a smart way.
Because like if someone's like, oh, that's so pretty, she'd be like, excuse me, please don't touch me. Like if it's someone she doesn't want to, like, excuse me.
Yeah.
And then, but I don't know.
But I think what she needs to do and she needs to not play a game. She needs to just walk out there and whoever touches it. And just like, don't try and be obvious. Don't even play. Just be like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Whatever. Now, what happens if 2 or 3 people touch it? Doesn't matter. It's the first person that touches it, right?
The first one. I mean, look, I don't think I would love for Colton to go. I don't think you can, even if like they had a turret, I don't think you could murder Colton now. It's too obvious. Can't.
It's too obvious right now. Yeah.
It's too obvious right now. Let him go home in a round table. The other thing I was thinking of, I assume like a traitor could touch the brooch. Like if Candace is standing there with someone she wants gone, can't she touch it? And that doesn't count. And then whoever touches it, like, oh, look at this. And hopefully the person next to you
poison
will
is poison. Whoever touches it
Are
first
you
gets
sure
poison.
about that?
Yes. Yeah. That, I mean, no fucking traitor is touching that brooch. Like, no one is.
Okay.
But that would be a great twist, though. But yeah,
dropping it and having someone being like, "Oh my God, can you get that for me? Like, I can't bend down or something." It has to be so subtle because I know it's a fine line of like, I'm not picking that up. Like,
oh my God, this? I cannot wait next Thursday. Jesus, it's gonna be great. David, tell everybody where they can follow you, find you, listen to your podcast 5 days a week. Go ahead.
And by the way, I think clearly Rob is going to win the whole fucking game. I mean, just voting for Lisa was, I mean, anyone that voted for Lisa, well, like if Lisa's exposed as a traitor, anyone that voted for Lisa will be presumed not a traitor. That's a thing. So they're on to her, and then they'll just be like, Rob can't be a traitor. Why did he vote for Lisa? He would never vote for a fellow traitor. Anyway, I think Rob's going to win the whole damn game.
He's definitely going to get to the fucking end for sure. Yeah, definitely.
And Candace is playing a brilliant game.
I think she'll be found out soon enough, though.
You do.
Rob is brilliant because Rob voted for Lisa. So they're like, well, Rob can't be a traitor because he voted for Lisa, the traitor. Because Lisa is definitely the first traitor that's going to go, I think.
Yeah. And I think that Johnny and Tara are playing a great game.
Johnny,
as well. Because nobody knows how close they are.
Yeah. Okay, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you're smart.
Right? I mean, I actually didn't know this either. Melissa Rivers had to tell me that I know it now, that they're like, they host everything together for like the ice skating. And like, I knew they were both ice skaters.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they like were best friends. They see each other every day. They work together. And Johnny said on Watch What Happens, like, oh no, like people that were in the castle with us are now texting us like, holy shit, like you guys are literally best friends. Like, how the hell do we not know that? I didn't know it. I mean, it's not like you walk in and it's like Kyle and Teddy. If I saw Kyle and Teddy, I'd be like, okay, these two are best friends. They're not, but nobody knew. And that's what's
nobody
so
knew.
brilliant.
You'd have
like,
to
they're
be
like
really
best
in tune
friends
with that. Yeah. And it's like, it's ice skating. And it's like, it's a very specific sport. You have to be into it. And like, you know what I mean? So they would probably know him, but maybe not her. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so you could find me Behind the Velvet Rope, anywhere you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify. Tune in. We have a show every day, and we talk about the Traitors, and I am truly obsessed with the Traitors myself. So listen to Behind the Velvet Rope.
Thank you so much for listening, guys. Rate this show, leave a comment, all those things. Let's get those stars up. And of course, if you are interested in going on a GLP-1 journey or NAD or a health, wellness, weight loss, whatever it is, head over to newcorehealth.com, Chef Stewart 20. Guys, I feel amazing. So go try it out, figure it out. And I'll see you all back here next week. Bye.